What if I told you that the single most powerful thing you can do to run a faster 10K has nothing to do with running faster? No, it's not a new pair of shoes. It's not some secret supplement. It's not even a fancy training plan that elite athletes follow. It's something so simple, so unglamorous, that most runners skip it entirely. And then wonder why they hit a wall at kilometer 7, why their legs feel like concrete in the last mile, why their pace just refuses to go down no matter how hard they train. The thing that's holding you back is boring, genuinely, painfully boring. But here's what's wild. Once you start doing it consistently, your 10K time will drop in ways you never expected. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why. So if you're serious about running better, smarter, and faster, you are in the right place. Hit that subscribe button right now, tap the like button, and drop a comment below telling me what your current 10K time is. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we talk about running in a real, practical, no-nonsense way. No fluff, no gatekeeping, just the stuff that actually works. Today, we're going on a journey together. I want to take you behind the curtain of what separates the runners who plateau from the runners who keep improving year after year. Prepare yourself to discover something that coaches have known for decades, but that almost nobody talks about on social media. Because honestly, it doesn't make for a very exciting post. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something. Drop a comment right now, telling me what city or country you're watching from. We have runners joining us from all over the world, and I absolutely love seeing where this community reaches. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it means you'll never miss a video like this one again. Now let's talk about what's actually going on. The boring thing I'm referring to is easy running. Specifically, running slow on purpose, consistently, as the foundation of your entire training week. I know what you're thinking. You've heard this before. You've maybe even tried it and thought, this can't possibly be right, I'm barely moving. But stay with me, because understanding why easy running works is going to completely change how you approach every single workout you do from this point forward. Most recreational runners make the same mistake over and over again. They run most of their miles at a medium effort, not easy enough to truly recover, not hard enough to build real speed. It's what researchers and coaches call the gray zone, and it's the place where progress goes to die. You feel like you're working hard because you're breathing heavy and your legs are tired, but you're not getting the adaptations your body needs to get faster. You're just accumulating fatigue without building fitness. And that, right there, is the first thing we need to fix. Here's the science behind it, and I promise to keep this interesting. When you run at a truly easy pace, we're talking conversational, nose breathing, almost embarrassingly slow. Your body is building its aerobic base. It's increasing the density of mitochondria in your muscle cells. It's developing a stronger, more efficient cardiovascular system. It's teaching your body to use fat as fuel more effectively, which means you'll have more glycogen left in the tank when you need to push hard in the final kilometers of your 10K. All of this happens when you slow down. None of it happens, at least not nearly as effectively, when you stay stuck in that medium effort gray zone. So the first block of change you need to make is this. If you currently run 4 days a week, at least 3 of those days should be genuinely easy. Not medium, not comfortable, but still working. Easy. If you can't hold a full conversation while running, you're going too fast. Slow down until you can, and then stay there for the entire run. It's going to feel wrong at first. It's going to feel like you're wasting time. You're not. You're building the engine that will eventually make you fly. Comment right now. Have you ever tried running easy on purpose? Or have you always pushed the pace on every single run? I want to know. Write it in the comments. Be honest. You might be surprised how many people in this community are going through the exact same thing. Now let's move into the second block, because easy running alone isn't going to get you to your best 10K. Once you have that aerobic base, you need to add structure. And the most underrated structured workout for 10K runners is the tempo run. But not in the way most people do it. A lot of runners hear tempo and think they should be working at maximum effort, gasping, pushing as hard as they possibly can. That's not a tempo run, that's a race. A proper tempo run is run at what coaches call comfortably hard. You can speak a word or two, but you definitely can't have a conversation. It's an effort you could theoretically sustain for about an hour if you had to. even though you'd really rather not. For a 10K runner, a tempo run of 20 to 30 minutes at this effort, done once a week, is one of the most powerful tools in your training toolbox. It raises your lactate threshold, which is the speed at which your body starts accumulating lactic acid faster than it can clear it. The higher that threshold, the faster you can run before your legs start burning and slowing you down. And guess what that means for your 10K? It means you can hold a harder pace for longer without falling apart. It means that feeling of your legs turning to lead at kilometer 8 becomes less frequent, less severe, and eventually stops being the thing that defines your race. One tempo run per week, on top of your easy aerobic foundation, done consistently for 8 to 12 weeks, will absolutely move the needle on your 10K time. This is not a theory. This is what the research says. This is what coaches have been prescribing for decades. And yet most recreational runners never do it properly because nobody told them how, or because it sounds too simple to actually work. What are you thinking right now? Seriously. Pause for a second and ask yourself, am I doing tempo runs? Am I doing them at the right effort? Drop a comment with your answer. And while you're down, there, let me know what you're thinking about the video so far. Is this making sense? Is this changing how you think about your training? Your feedback genuinely helps us make better content for you and for this entire running community. Let's get into the third block, and this one might surprise you the most. We've talked about running slow, we've talked about running comfortably hard. Now let's talk about the one session per week that actually makes you faster. Strides and short intervals. I'm not talking about brutal track sessions that leave you crawling to your car. I'm talking about short, controlled bursts of speed that teach your body what fast actually feels like without destroying your recovery. Strides are 20 to 30-second accelerations where you gradually build to about 80 or 85% of your max speed, hold it briefly, and then ease off. You do them at the end of an easy run, 4 to 6 of them, with full recovery between each one. They take maybe 10 minutes total. They feel almost too easy. And they are genuinely transformative for your running economy, the efficiency with which your body moves at speed. Short intervals, like 6 times 1 minute at hard effort with 90 seconds of easy jogging between each one, serve a similar purpose. They expose your body to faster paces without creating the kind of cumulative damage that comes from longer, more intense sessions. The magic is in the combination. Easy runs build your engine. Tempo runs raise your threshold. Strides and short intervals sharpen your speed. Together, these 3 elements create a training week that is balanced, progressive, and sustainable. And sustainable is the word that matters most, because the runner who trains consistently for 6 months beats the runner who trains heroically for 3 weeks and then gets injured or burned out every single time. Consistency over intensity, always. Now think about this with me for a second. If you've been running for a year or more and your 10K time hasn't really changed, what do you think is the reason? Is it effort? Is it structure? Is it that you've never truly slowed down enough to build the base you need? Comment below with your honest answer. There's no judgment here. This channel exists for runners at every level, and every comment you leave helps someone else feel less alone in their running journey. Right structure if you think that's been your missing piece. Right base if you think you've been skipping the easy work. Right speed. If you've never really done any fast running with intention, let's see what the community says. Here's something else nobody tells you, and it ties all 3 blocks together beautifully. The reason this approach feels boring is the same reason it works. There's no novelty. There's no dramatic workout that leaves you collapsed on the floor wondering if you're going to survive. It's just consistent, purposeful work done at the right effort on the right days. And our brains are wired to undervalue boring things. We scroll past the slow morning run on Instagram. We don't post about the 20-minute tempo run that went exactly as planned. We celebrate the races, the big mileage weeks, the dramatic breakthroughs. But we forget that those breakthroughs were built in the boring middle, in the hundreds of easy miles that nobody saw, in the tempo runs done alone on a Tuesday afternoon when nobody was watching. The runners who get dramatically better over time are not the ones who found the most exciting training hack. They're the ones who fell in love with the process. They're the ones who showed up for the boring sessions with the same commitment they brought to race day. They understood something that takes most runners years to figure out, that the work is the reward, and the race is just the celebration. So here is your challenge. For the next 8 weeks, restructure your training around these 3 pillars. Make most of your runs genuinely easy. Add 1 proper tempo run per week. Finish 2 or 3 of your easy runs with 4 to 6 strides. That's it. Nothing fancy. Nothing that requires a gym membership or a coach or expensive equipment. Just you, your shoes, and the discipline to do the boring thing consistently. And at the end of those 8 weeks, go run a 10K, whether it's a race or just a time trial on your own, and tell me what happened. I genuinely want to know. Come back to this video and leave a comment with your result. That kind of feedback is what keeps this channel going and what proves to other runners watching that this stuff actually works in real life, not just in theory. Before we close out, I want to leave you with something to think about. Every runner you've ever admired, every person you've watched glide past you at a local race looking effortless and strong, got there the same way. Not through talent alone, not through some secret they're keeping from you. They got there by doing the boring work over and over again, by trusting the process even when it felt too slow, too simple, too unglamorous to possibly be making a difference. And now you know what that work looks like. You have the map. The only question is whether you're going to follow it. So lace up your shoes, slow down, and start building something real. Your future self, the one crossing that finish line faster than ever, is going to thank you for every boring, easy run you do starting today. If this video helped, you see your training differently, do me a favor and hit that like button. It takes 1 second and it helps this video reach more runners who need to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you never miss a video, and leave a comment right now telling me one thing you're going to change about your training this week. Just one thing. Start there. And if you want to keep going on this journey, click the video on the screen right now. It goes even deeper into what it takes to unlock your best running. The next step is waiting for you. I'll see you there.